Oh, even better. Liamon's tiny hut, and then I cast heat metal on him.
That's glorious.
Okay, that's decent.
There we go. Have everything sorted out, I believe.
Well,
How
I'm not
you
hearing music.
doing? Sorry?
You still gotta stream the music, my man.
I know. That's not as important, though.
True.
Oh,
But
I'm so eepy.
oh,
I love the bird boy. I love the boy. I love the bird man.
Where's the new lad? Where is he?
they are visible on
The boy!
stream.
I see him!
And
The
the map.
boy.
I actually, speaking of that, I realized birds were terrifying earlier. Specifically, owls.
You didn't know?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, all birds are terrifying.
Some of them can change how their face shape looks.
Yeah.
Which,
Oh, yeah.
uncanny valley.
Birds
Mhm.
are not menaces.
Agreed.
You can look into them.
Yep. Birds are fucked up, evil monster creatures.
But they're so cool.
I think Casual Geographic said it best when he said, these birds aren't animals. They're goddamn aliens. You can't change my mind otherwise."
Shoebill.
Yes.
Same with fish.
A wet owl.
Don't talk to me about fish and deep sea creatures, please.
I mean,
Please, I'm begging you.
Oh,
I mean,
But don't they try to grab Slink's toesies? How can I not?
Last time we were all here, you guys had sort of recovered from the had a pretty chill day, recovering from the various traumas that had been occurred the night before. As some of you were sent on different little errands and tasks. I believe it went Slink and Mick went off to help the Bunny Brothers fix the ship. Fucking Ezzy managed to get her own like date time with their girlfriend Thea. Dear God. Zimnus went shopping for more tools and supplies for everyone, and I believe that one crow-like goober was told that they should stay at the inn to sort of have a conversation with the captain.
That's what they should, and you're staying here.
Can I make a request of order of operations?
Yes.
Can we do River's thing first, and then we can get over to what's happening with Slink and me?
That's probably what I was gonna do first, yeah.
honestly, yeah, I was going to suggest that as well, because I really want Ruther's conversation to happen.
That's a very logical, chronological order either way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Moving things along, the rest of the crew would have pretty easily been able to go about their day, find different things to do, speak with different people, enjoy their time off or head back to work, etc., etc. But in your case, after the captain has finished offering as much advice as they can and direction as such, we will head to a sort of small private booth in a like corner in the back of the inn that you are staying at. And instead of the like cozy sort of cozy inn ambience that the stream would currently be hearing, the air becomes a little bit more serious. Not quite as jovial. Not scary. There's no hostility in this meeting as far as you can tell. If there is, it's very well hidden. But we come to a conversation in this well-lit but still out of the way booth. And the captain will have called, would have, like, before meeting with you, tapped on the bartender's desk table and just said, like, "Barkeep, I'll just take some rum if you've got it." And he'll just like look at you and then sort of just like whistle a little bit, like, "Oi, Birdman."
Okay, Captain. His horns will like kind of slink down.
Want anything to drink?
I'll take some whiskey.
And a whiskey. Yeah. We'll be sitting at the other table. And he'll just leave a small pouch of coins on the desk. And bartender will like take a look at them, quickly count, and just like nods and says, and the captain says, "Just keep them coming if we run out." Hey, Pep. Sorry, my dog jumped on my lap. But as after that, the captain walks over to you, sits down, and sort of just sighs, and you see no insight check really required. There is a veil of like, how will I say? A persona, a veil that he's been putting up, and that he just sort of like in this moment is slowly let down before finally clearing his throat, cracking his neck a little, and finally sitting down with you. All right. River, yes.
Aye.
I wanted to ask you a couple of questions regarding where it was you encountered the ship. And if you could describe it as best you could.
We were on our way from Wales through the strait, I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, in Africa, heading towards our normal trade route in Southeastern Asia. And it was always fair, then just got eerily quiet. Then a ship looked like an old ship just appeared, and that's when we were attacked. I guess it was all I remember was a wooden ship. Maybe it had a glow.
Give me an insight check as you're like describing this scene. Oh, Lee. Okay. All right, gamer.
It's the 4
That's-
because I still have exhaustion.
That's a little sad. I'm sorry. He'll stare at your description. He will listen to your description and stare attentively. And you get a very cold, like, reaction to it. Set sail from Wales, heading southbound, down the Horn of Africa.
Hey.
I've had a similar experience. Pauses again, gives you like 1,000-yard stare, and it doesn't really look like he's looking at you, but you can sort of tell, even with a 4, it'd be obvious to anyone who's looking, there is a real pain in his eyes. As he just repeats the phrase, like once more, like south, due south from Wales on the way to the Horn. And as he says this next phrase, give me a perception check. And I will say, I know you have exhaustion, but you can roll this one flat. He gets like a serious look in his eye. So he just says, I don't know how many of your number fell that night when they attacked. How
I
many
would have to
souls
say
aboard?
Probably 9, including me. We were a small ship, so we could travel quickly.
He'll nod.
There was I, Captain Garand, crazy old kook named Hamish, Lady Tao. I don't
Right.
remember the rest of them. Lady Tao was Captain Garand's first mate and wife.
He'll give you like a sympathetic smile.
My, I guess, adoptive mother and father.
I remember them all. 57 names. A crew 57 strong. 57 lost souls. And I don't imagine they're resting in peace.
I hate to agree.
I won't bore you with the details of their names and livelihoods, but I will say that they did not deserve the fate that they suffered. We have a job after this, but one that will take us down south through the Berings. I think. Hold up, let me double check. Nope. That's
I was looking for that too earlier.
I was looking at the name of the opening that would lead to the Mediterranean, and that's not the Bering Strait. The Bering Strait is in Alaska.
Strait of
Whoops.
Gibraltar.
Gibraltar. Yes, that's what I was looking for. You'll pass. Thinking. We will be heading through to the Strait of Gibraltar in Spain. But after the fact, we have a new job. One not necessarily run by any other organization. An academic and monetary pursuit hosted by, well, I'd say yours truly, but members of the diving team are privy to this information, and we discovered this knowledge underwater in the wreck of an old ship.
What
I
ship?
wanted the San Jose. Give me a history check.
That's the wrong one. Dang, it's not one I am proficient in. That's fine.
11. I think this is like a well-known enough ship. You would know the San Jose as a famously lost vessel, one that had gone down in the 1800s, no, 1500s, like 1600s-ish, in the early stages of colonialization within South America. It has been lost to time for a while, and this man is claiming to have found it.
You found the San Jose?
Aye. It wasn't too hard. Records of where it sunk were pretty clear. It was just a matter of getting there. And well, one should not underestimate the handiwork of people who were not given a chance. My crew, full of misfits and rejects as it may well be, is competent and capable. And you strike me as a good fit. But once we go on the mainland, if I'm going to keep you on this job, I need to know that you won't say anything.
No, I got nothing to say about it. That's as much as I know. That's all I need to know. Don't want it to be known by any other people. Keep quiet. Not a problem.
Good. Now, As for our other mutual concern, the new job we'll be taking on will have us traveling to a point in the center, not center, near certain, as I understand it, tectonic plates. I'm not very familiar with the concept. I'm not sure if you are, but
Could I roll
you're welcome to give me a nature
check?
or history check.
I'm going to use my racial feat, the Kenku Mimicry.
Sure.
Hold on, I can click it in my sheet. I can find it.
It would be in your features tab
Mm-hmm.
and passive ability.
It's not passive, I have to use it.
Oh. Cool.
I know a little bit about tectonics. One of the... well, let me check first. So, normal roll. 14?
All right.
Not bad.
That's definitely more than the average person. Probably would have heard some like academic type in a bar somewhere discussing like some theories, some drunken and heated arguments between different sort of natural philosophers and all that, natural historians. And you would kind of know a theory that like some people say, some people believe in, other people don't, about like the world being in pieces, but you never really put much weight on it. At least not
I
until
think
now.
the navigator of my old ship said something about them. I don't remember quite what. It's a theory that the world was formed through constant shifting of the planet.
I don't know.
Something.
I'm not
the-
the academically educated sort. I just do my job and I'm good at it. But the plan would be to find a particular place where the continents meet and find another lost treasure. But one that is far deeper. Far, far deeper below. The city of Atlantis. Lost to time, downed and drowned for as long as anyone could remember. This is gonna be another history check. I'm so sorry.
Yes. I guess.
You said the
I don't
thing.
I don't have proficiency in history, so.
Oh my god.
Just
Why
disadvantage.
is McSquiggle speaking, I think, Chinese? I don't know.
I don't know.
Druidic? I don't know.
Maybe Korean?
Scott,
I don't know the-
Why am I squiggles?
Korean cartography.
Ah.
Yeah. I know it wasn't Japanese. None of the above. All right, thank you. Thank you, Martian. Appreciate it.
Mhm.
You have never heard of this place.
I've got what disadvantage. I'm not familiar with the tales,
Mm.
if there are any.
Well, I'll tell you this. From what I understand, from the little I have managed to look up from the from our wizard's own explanations and various stories I have told out at sea, heard being at sea, Atlantis was a city, a continent, or an island of some kind. I'm not sure. Lost. Drowned in the sea due to the rage of one of the gods. But before it had drowned, there was a beautiful ringed city of treasures and scientific and magical advancements.
Sounds straight out of a fairy tale.
And yet, he will pull out a map. The map of that I think Zimnus and everyone else has recovered. I think it was Zimnus that gave it. I'm not sure.
I think it was Zimnus, yeah.
He'll show you. Point at the specific tectonic, fracture within the world. And circles with his finger like a general area where it has been marked Atlantis, separate from the Atlantic Ocean. And it is marked with a sort of teal star. And the people who sailed there clearly knew something about it, either from a connection from the New World or their own investigations. For now, we have contractual obligations, but those contractual obligations would force us to give up any information, magical items, gemstones, the like, anything that isn't pure coinage, to the woman who ended up contracting me and my crew.
Pious Highborn?
He'll nod.
I bloody hate them.
Pay well, though. And it's safe work for the crew.
Too.
Aye.
That's what Captain Garand and us would do. We'd go targeting more highborns and people that are traveling with born wealthy traveling. We'd board the ship, claim the gold, and then we would we'd bring it back to Wales and distribute it among the folks. Or Ireland, wherever we go that day.
Oh. So you engage in piracy then? We'll
I
think
said
on
I
it
was a
for a
pirate
moment.
when we started.
I recall, but I didn't know to what extent. There's a difference between working, cleaning and maintaining the ship and putting a blade up to someone's neck.
That's fair.
But provided you don't get any of my crew in trouble, and at that point he narrows his eyes, sort of staring daggers at you.
She'll kind of slink further into the seat.
I'm happy to provide you safe travel, at the very least, to the mainland.
I would gladly take that offer.
You can sort of sense a hesitation in him at this point. But he does finally speak up. once more as he like finishes drinking his sort of like tank, not tankard, like cup, stein, pint is like cup of rum. And he looks you, those cold, serious eyes, and will just say, I also want to know, how interested are you in the idea of vengeance?
When you say that, his eyes will flare up with the magic that he's shown before, but it's more like rainbow. Oh, I would love a bit of vengeance against the people who took my captain, took my family.
I'll nod. I can't promise you anything. But we are heading southbound, even on our way through to the Strait of Gibraltar. It would seem that we are headed in the same direction that one Flying Dutchman might have been.
I will enjoy burning that ship to the ground if it's even possible.
At this time, you will see the captain, and his eyes glow with that faint blue light. Very well. If it comes to it, then.
No,
And he will reach out his hand to shake yours.
I'll shake.
He'll nod.
After that, River will grab his cup. 2 opportunities. Blanche. And he'll
He'll
take a
look at
drink.
you to the fallen and sip as well. As you will continue to, at this point, you would be free to go about your day, have as much, do whatever you will until the time to disembark comes. Would you have anything in particular in mind?
Honestly, the only thing that I would be able to do would be to go back to the ship because I would not have any clue where anything else is in this town.
Very well. So you will have this discussion and then start to make your way over to the ship to sort of help other people and do what you can. I think to list the timeline of events, while Xemnas, when Xemnas ends up returning with the captain to discuss some of the things that he has obtained from the shops, we would have probably just left heading over to the ship here. I think that makes sense.
will be asking for help, though, once I get to the ship.
Sure. Got it. All right.
So on the way out, River will, because I am on a deep dive of like actual old Irish, he'll look at the barkeep, finish chugging his glass, put it down, and say, "Slungafol," which means like until later, or see you later.
They'll look at you a little surprised to hear, but they'll return a gesture. With that, though, we will move over to the ship. Oh no. The fuck you mean, oh no?
That's ghosty goose, that's why.
Jess.
Spooky.
The last encounter you had with the ship, you peered through an old crack and saw ghosts and shadows moving through the ship. And when you jumped into water, you could almost, you saw that they noticed you and ended up reaching out to grab a hold of you. And although you did manage to escape it safely enough, you find yourself gasping for air, while the other two, sort of like, I think Marsham, Mick was still under the water, yes?
I don't think so. I feel like I remember Mick hearing noise over by Slink and starting to head over.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like he's in the process of climbing over the ship, so he's not there yet.
Okay. Well, Slink, you start to like climb up the ridges on the boat that like would let you climb up, the rope ladders and all. And you still feel like, even though you're out of the water and know there's nothing like nipping at your heels anymore, that sensation of something being behind you still hasn't quite left you.
Yeah, Slink's kind of like panicking a little as she like scurries up the boat and she's like, like looking behind her back as if something's there. And then she like rushes over to Marshall, being like, something bad, very bad.
Like up to Mick.
Yeah, you will see that, it'll be, you'll see that like, fucking, Mick, deal with the,
Yeah.
deal with that. I'll help bring up, and he's sort of like quickly like working the mechanism to try and like pull the brother up. And all the while he's getting pulled up, you'll hear like some like cursing, muffled cursing through the like underwater breathing apparatus. That they have.
Okay, so Slink is up and fully on the deck now.
I think so.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna seeing that she is okay and that she's talking about like stuff being in the water. He's gonna step over to the edge and with his funky new ring that I absolutely fucking adore. I'm just gonna have him use this to do the bonus action shove to just pull him upwards 5 feet, like back to back, helping the brother getting pulled up.
You'll continue doing this like one after the other, after the other, after the other. And it's a little slow going because it is such a heavy piece of equipment. Like, it's
Oh yeah,
meant for
like
deep sea diving,
this is
but they're just using
this
it
is
to
very
repair
much
ship.
like making it go faster as he's continuing the conversation with Slink. He's like leaning over, helping to lift up the other bunny brother, and he's just looking back at Slink with it and making a gesture of like, continue what you were saying.
So Slink's just kind of like in a panic, like, Slink, go down below. Slink, try help. Slink, see hole, peek in hole, see weird shadowy things under deck. It's clean, well, no clean. It goes, shadows. It's also in panic. Swim up, but they grab Slink. Oh, and she kind of like goes over to the stairs and like peeks down into the boat to see if she can see anything.
You will peek down into the boat, and here's where. Oh, nope, that's not how that works. Okay.
Uh-oh.
I just wanted to know if I had the boat tile beneath it or not, but I do not. You will peer down into the bottom decks of the boat. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Excuse you.
Oh
no.
Big.
Oh no.
Oh no.
God, that's
Oh,
how
no.
big the boat is. Holy fuck. Okay.
Oh no.
How did it get in the harbor?
I mean, it's,
the
it's
magic of
fantasy.
editing.
Shit happens, you know?
The magic of editing.
Mhm.
As you sort of good enough. Okay, we'll just use this to represent the bottom deck for now, and leave it there. But
Yippee.
as you head downstairs quickly, and like would notice the and check for any like ghosts and stuff. Even this is maybe like a little bit. You're noticing Nothing like with your passive perception. You're welcome to make an investigation or active perception check as you want, but there isn't. But immediately speaking, you don't see anything.
Huh? She'll actually like slowly, like, I don't know, I guess she would be stealthy about this. I don't know if there's any point to it, but she just kind of crawls down on all fours, peeking around, like trying to find something. Like, can she see the broom or whatever it was that one of them were trying to grab?
Yeah, you do actually. You do see that the broom there, the spirit was trying to grab but could not. That was present like through the crack in the wood, is still there, but it looks like instead of standing upright, it has since fallen over.
What? She goes over and picks up the broom and looks around. No understand.
I'm gonna
Where's Shadow?
after I finish helping the other bunny brother up, I'm gonna lean over down towards the level where she's at, and I assume that this like grid pattern here, that's the like metal grate that
Yes.
views down into the lower decks.
Mhm.
Mick's just gonna like whistle a tune, like a very sharp but clear tune, and just those little motes of like dancing illuminated musical notes, the dancing lights just fill the bottom deck.
As you do that, the other bunny brother will finally get their like fucking head unscrewed. It's like, shh, all right, What the hell was that? What happened? I don't know.
Slink says there's shadow people on the boat somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened. The little one just started screaming, shouting something about shadows.
They're jumpy, but I'm inclined to believe them in most cases.
Slink no understand. They be on boat and then they try and grab Slink. Because
Does
they're
the-
behind Slink right now, but no see.
Does the lights provide any sight of anything? Any further evidence that there was something there a moment ago?
Slink, you can give me an investigation or perception check here, and I'll say because Marsham is providing the dancing lights, you can do so with advantage.
I'm also helping to look around. I don't have the best investigation, but I do still help because I think I'm at least partially proficient in it.
You said perception, right? Or investigation?
You both can if you want.
That doesn't answer the question.
Yes, perception or investigation. And you both can make the roll if you wish.
Okay.
If we're both doing it, do you want me just to do normal?
What?
Yeah.
Hold on, Slink. What are your bonuses to both of those stats?
Oh, my perception is a +5, passive 15. I'm
And
very
your
perceptive
investigation?
sometimes. Investigation not good. -1. Passive 9.
Fun. Okay, let's do perception separately then, because I have the same bonus.
Okay.
Oh my god, that was almost
That
a nat
was
one.
so much worse.
That was almost a 1. All right. You will start looking around for any sort of signs of, well, anything at all. And as you do sort of look for anything, other than like, you would have noticed the knocked over broom and like a couple of things like tools, hammers, nails, etc. They have like, they don't necessarily have dust build up because dust isn't possible necessarily in a situation like this. It's too humid and things just get wet and are used. That's why they're here.
Same. Sorry.
Excuse me. But as you do, you'll sort of see that like some things do look like they have been moved. Or like something has interacted with them. There are signs that things have shifted slightly, like certain tools have been moved or nudged here and there. The broom has fallen over as it was upright and had since just been nudged. There are some like signs that the hammer has sort of been moved a little bit, in that like it's probably like there's maybe like a little wet spot just from the hammer that's been like forming around it, but it looks like it's been moved ever so slightly so that the dry part of the table underneath the hammer is visible. It's just very little, very small things. throughout the ship. But they're also the kind of things that kind of are so small that you would seem paranoid to focus on them.
Slink goes around to each one of them on a side of saying, see, she points to the nail, this move, and then she goes over to the hammer, and this move, and broom move, and that.
As you head down, the Milo, the paler bunny brother, like, that's ridiculous. How are we meant to? And then Evan's just like, shut up. All right. Slink, I need you to answer truthfully. And he will pull out a small, amulet from underneath his jacket and hold it up as it glows with a small, very thin flame, creating an aura around him and everyone around you.
Love that.
What did you see?
When Slink go in water, Slink see hole, she peep into hole, see strange shadowy things. People, yes, I think people pick up items, clean, help, not sure. This scares Slink, and then Slink rush to surface. And then Slink feel things, dark things pull at legs, at feet. So she swim faster, and so when Slink go to surface and they're gone, but still feel something.
Mick, you will see the bunny brother just staring intently, Evan staring intently, Milo kind of looking a little annoyed by this, but playing it along because it's his brother, and he's turns to you, Mick, turns to his brother and says, I don't know what to tell you. She's telling the truth. Or at least she thinks she is.
Do I know the spell?
You know Arcana check. It's not too high. It's a 2nd level spell.
I'm also a bard that probably would have been put under this a couple of times due to
advantage.
Due to being a snarky little shit.
You maybe wouldn't. You maybe don't recognize it being used in such a non-hostile way.
Mm-hmm.
But you do recognize.
I mean, it's the other instances that he probably would have encountered it are maybe
Cops.
A town guard or 3. Yeah.
If I can,
and the captain, the guard captain who happens to be a paladin, casts it on you.
I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest. I would expect Madam Leaf to do that shit.
Yeah, that too, probably. He's seen it. So seeing them cast something and is mentioning that she's telling the truth, and he just go, oh, that's what's happening.
Yeah, he'll. It is a little confusing because the context of this is so different, and you've probably only seen it under the domain of maybe order clerics or cops and paladins. And,
I'm also
everything.
normally in it.
Yes. And in this
weird seeing it from the
case,
outside.
You are seeing a thin wreath of flame and warmth surrounding Evan as he's just confirming everything she says. It's and then Milo just pops up. Fuck you mean she's telling the truth? I mean she's telling the truth. Or at least she thinks she is. She says she saw a shadow, a ghost. And
spells like this, and I'm walking into it by accident, but I'm gonna willingly fail to save. Spells like this make it so you can't really lie, at least not willingly.
Fuck.
What happens if
Can
Slink
you-
goes over to the hole?
If you go over to the hole,
Yeah, the one where she like peeked in and seen all this.
I'm a seal mechanic from another horror campaign I was in. I watched. Flip me a coin.
You want me to flip a coin?
R1D2 and call it odds or evens. 1 or 2.
Okay, I say both.
Slash
probably
R,
did it
not
wrong.
R slash. Okay, I'll do it for you.
Go for it. My brain, my dyslexic brain.
You look through the hole. And you don't see anything. There is still a little bit of water leaking just because it hasn't been patched too well. But it's there's
You're in it.
no there's nothing there. Question, when you like peer through the hole or like try to see, do you like put a hand against it? Do you like listen through it, or do you just like put your eye up only?
She puts her hand on it for balance and stuff, you know, make sure, you know, not gonna break on her face.
You don't see anything too obvious, but you do feel from the ship itself. Do you know that sensation when you place your hand on something and you can kind of almost hear it a little bit better? Because just the vibrations carry a little easier.
Oh, yes. Ooh. Slick almost gets like a little excited, like, oh, see, weird, something weird, feel.
You only get for a second the sound of fingernails clawing against a wooden surface. But
Oh.
nothing visually but only once. And it disappears quickly.
Something scratching.
Milo's like, fuck it is! And he's just gonna jump outside just to check and see that there's nothing going wrong with the ship.
How many levels does the ship have? It has the upper deck, the middle, and then below, right?
The
believe it's got
lowest,
3, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe she's gonna like, I don't know. She looks around and doesn't see anything, so can she peek down below?
Evan got Thanos snapped and no longer exists.
I'll put him back.
You can probably also ditch the Zone of Truth. Its purpose is
Yeah.
fulfilled.
Evan is sort of just like looking around and all right, I didn't think I'd have to use this here, but hey, Mick, you're a mage, right?
Yep. Yeah.
All right,
I mean, I've been called that.
You've been called worse things, so I imagine. But what I need now is your
Damn right.
magic expertise, and do you happen to have any proficiency with the detection of undead or seeing invisible creatures?
Seeing invisible things? Well, I mean, technically, the spell's not specifically for it, so I wouldn't be able to see anything except the fact that something is invisible. I can
have
detect the
something
magic of the
similar.
illusion spell, but that's the best I got.
I can detect the presence of certain creatures nearby. And he'll just god damn it. That was a big one. He'll explain to you the intricacies of the spell detect evil and good.
I guess I'll just do I burn the first level spell and just say fuck it? Or do I want to ritual cast it?
He's saying he will continue on saying, I'm not exactly sure what we will see, but I want to just check if we see different
Yeah.
things. It's not something that I
if
have
I try to put this up, the
prepared.
lights are gonna go out, so somebody light a torch or something.
All right. I think Evan will begin to like. He's a cleric. He probably has light. He doesn't have light. He he does not have light. He'll pull out like a small torch and like a candle and light it up for you guys, so you can see. I can prepare that spell for tomorrow, but I don't have it prepared now. Forgive me, I wasn't expecting to be dealing with the paranormal right now.
Nah, it's alright. I think ultimately trying to see things that are invisible is going to be more important than getting a bit more light. I mean, we got what's coming through the ceiling right now anyway, so we'll just use that and hope it's enough. So yeah, I cast Detect Magic, and there's this... I'd like to think that mixed Detect Magic is visualized as sort of like a thin line, sort of similarly shaped to a halo, but like level at around the eyebrow level instead of floating above his head. And it's just like this thin light blue line around his head that seems to like, you know, those the audio visualizers, like anytime sound happens it like spikes up and down. It's like that, but for pinging and dowsing for magic.
Interesting.
That's so cool.
Fascinating.
Aesthetically different, functionally the same.
Yeah.
He still sees the magic, but it's showing up visually around him as the audio visualizer thing.
You will
Oh, maybe
see.
shinies today.
Sorry, I just had to refresh my thingy here.
It's okay. Apparently, I'm dying.
Are you? Damn.
We
I guess we have a new opening.
Damn.
Oh, no.
Don't like that.
As you put down this aura of looking around, I don't think that you're necessarily capable of seeing specific things here. You're not capable of seeing, with Detect Magic, you have to actually be able to look at the thing that you are looking at. If not, you just get a vague, hazy sense, an aura of just magic everywhere. It's not immediately present, but give me a perception check with advantage because of the Detect Magic. Or investigation, whichever one you prefer.
Nope.
Oh my.
Wow, that's incredibly disrespectful.
Damn, Pepe Sag.
Mm-hmm.
So much disappointment.
Well, it's still a 12, so it's not awful. It's just not good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that as you do, you don't.
I'm gonna kind of reach up and grab one of the lanterns that are usually hanging from the ceilings of these older ships. Just
Mhm.
take it down and just snap to light it with a cantrip.
As you do, light it. You begin to see the area around you sort of alight with I'm gonna just remove that because it's causing my game to lag a little.
Fair enough.
You'll see the area sort of gently alight with a haze of magic in different locations. With a 12, you don't get anything specific, but a 10 is really what you needed, as you do see the little wisps and motes floating everywhere. And I would
so I
make you
see-
roll for Arcana. But you've seen this before. You know a haunted ship when you're looking at one.
Shit.
You see the place with very, very faint, lingering necromantic energy.
Can I ask if it seems hostile or if it's more of like a lingering passive ghost? Because there'd be a difference between
They do seem
like
passive. They seem weak and passive by the looks of it from your case.
okay, so these are more imprints than poltergeists.
Yes.
Okay. So from my perspective, I don't feel threatened by them, just concerned.
You are aware that they are present. You are not aware. You don't know their motive, means, or how the fuck they got here. Because you've cast detect
Okay.
magic on this ship before, and it wasn't like this. Something has changed.
I look to Slink and fuck. I will never be able to remember which bunny brother is which.
They're so
Evan, thank you.
different, though. Evan,
I know. I'm just bad with names.
I know. I
I
wanted
feel
to have.
that.
They're so different. They have such different vibes.
I know.
and
Like I
completely
recognize
different
I recognize the difference in their aesthetics and their abilities. Their names, not so much. I'm gonna look back to Evan and Slink and go, well, I got good news and bad news.
Oh,
Which one do you want first?
lot of good
bad
news.
Bad news.
Oh.
Oh, okay, good news.
Good news first. The good news is that I don't see us being in any immediate danger, at least in this particular level of the ship. The bad news, shit's haunted.
I'm sorry, what?
See shadows.
I mean, I think I know magical necromancy signature when I see it, and there's a few. And I'm just looking around, like clocking each of the different like wisps floating around in my vision. They're faint, so they're not strong. Doubt they could do much, at least now. But I wouldn't.
Try to clean.
I mean,
What?
ghosts can have a lot of motives.
She picks up the broom and she kind of like walks around with it. Ghost, necro, clean, help.
I don't think there's in a real change that you observe within them, within this Marsham. What you are looking at is less of a. Sorry, continue.
Question. Mick has been he's been around a lot. He's not the most intelligent person ever, but he does have like a +8 to Arcana. So how much overall would he know about ghosts? Or would that be more
you've
of
been
a
around
religion leaning?
You've been around, and at this point, ghosts aren't exclusively a religious topic. Because there are people who like they're at this point it's like the early 1900s. The science of the phantasm has been studied for a while by many different people, and they don't always have to be religious in nature. So
Okay.
I would say give me an Arcana check or a religion check, but they will give you different information depending on which one you pick. Arcana would be more
That's
from
fine.
like a scientific perspective of like, look at this magic thing, and religion would be more of like the spiritual aspect of.
Well, let's put it this way. I have a +8 to one and a +3 to another. So take a guess which one I'm doing.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
320.
Ghosts spawn.
So I don't need much of a lore dump, but relevant information, mostly things that would calm the two of them down or give us information as to what to do.
Strong ghosts happen with strong resentment, typically after things have died. So they are also sometimes violent or depressed, but all told, they have a reason to exist and have some business in that has not been resolved, and they haven't received a proper burial.
So it's accurate to say that most, if not all, ghosts are here because they have unfinished business on this particular mortal coil.
Yes.
Okay.
They seem to be, they were not here before, so a major change must have happened recently. From there, looking at the inherent, just how saturate, it's not necessarily that the saturation is deep, but it's that it's everywhere. So it's very, very faint ghost energy, like necromancy vibes from everywhere in the lower decks.
So is this starting? Does this at all remind me of the San Jose?
You rolled a dirty 20 on Arcana check. As far as you understood, the San Jose's curse was caused because the captain carried such a high. The crew and captain, they were colonizers, they were evil, but the captain commanded respect of the crew. Because of that, the crew refused to pass on, and they could not pass on until the captain had fulfilled their final job of sorts here, and finally died and passed on. Now, nothing that traumatic has happened to the Remembrance. Right?
I sense a but.
But something could have happened. Something almost happened. And you think back to looking at Evan. You look at Evan. You think back to McSquiggles. You think back to Alan. You think back to yourself, the captain. Everyone who was near death. Your very best bet at this point with a dirty 20 is the near-death experience of sorts. But that still doesn't explain necessarily where these ghosts came from. But it explains like a traumatic experience that could cause people to have unfinished business. That would probably be the closest thing to it. Beyond that, you're kind of at a loss. There's a lot you don't know.
Yeah, this is gonna be one of the first times you've seen Mick actually like sit and like talk at length about something that shows that despite how much of a reckless dumbass he can be, he is genuinely rather intelligent. And he's just continuing on with this line of reasoning of just like, I mean, I guess with what happened with the like near-death experiences, it could have like imprinted some like emotional or spiritual like fingerprint onto the ship, but despite the fact that people died, they were brought back, so the spirit would have been brought back. Nothing she could have gotten stuck, but then sometimes like the energies of places can get transferred regardless of death, but hell if I know. As far as I can tell, like, they don't seem to be immediate threats, but something happened. Something happened that caused these things to get here, and it was recent. Because I've used this spell multiple times on multiple layers of this deck during multiple times of the day, not just because I was looking for things, but sometimes I was just bored and wanted to see what was happening. Especially after we grabbed everything, but point being, this is new. So whatever happened is recent.
So these people die nearby? Quick question. Would Slink think that would she be smart enough to put two and two together that these people could possibly have been in the fire? Because in my mind, that's what I'm thinking about. I don't know if Slink is smart enough to think something like that.
Honestly,
I'll just
feel
roll
like...
an intelligence check, and then we'll see if you do. But depending on what you roll, I'll confirm or deny that. But as you guys,
Woof.
with a 4, why are you rolling
Yeah, no,
disadvantage?
she's not smart. I just clicked normal. But she does have
Well,
a
that's-
-1, so
That's odd. All right.
I don't know why I rolled disadvantage. Can I roll again?
Sure.
But not disadvantage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll flat.
Why
That's
is it
so
not letting
weird.
me
What the
just roll?
fuck?
What the fuck?
When I just click it, it just says a disadvantage. Maybe it's because I'm just really dumb.
Intelligence. Normal.
It's like not even letting me. Like I click it and it just doesn't let me.
There it goes.
I rolled it. That was
Just
me
click
rolling
at the
it.
top, right?
Yeah, you click the word intelligence, int, and then it brings up to intelligence ability check.
I still did it with disadvantage on you. That's so dumb.
Usually it'll pop up saying which one do you want, advantage, disadvantage, or normal, and it just straight up
Are
just
you-
says, F you,
Is there-
you're doing it disadvantage because you're dumb.
Are you holding a button when you're clicking it? Because if you hold control and click at
Nope,
that, then
that's
it
what I
rolls
thought.
disadvantage.
No, I always
Maybe-
hold Alt to talk, and then
May-
I don't even hold it when I click.
Maybe there's a status effect or a passive thing on one of your items that's causing it? Or maybe just
Passive,
refresh.
The stirring scaled ornament, tough, bondstone.
Is it because I'm a kobold?
Shouldn't be.
No, it shouldn't be.
I don't subscribe to that level of racism, but sure. But At this point, I would say that like one creature, one crow-like little being would have made their way over.
God, I wish we had Basil right now.
Basil?
Hazel?
A character from my campaign.
Yes, the literal
Yeah.
ghost hunter.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought you were actually like, man, I could really use to like munch on some basil right now. I'm like, are you hungry?
Man, I could really
Eating
pop open a
food?
container of basil and just start
Munch at it.
just, spoonfuls of it at a time.
You know I am
Crunching
right
it like
here.
cereal. So true.
I love my boy Basil.
So you said that our resident Crowl shows up?
The crow creature comes by. Yes. And as you do, you'll see that Milo is just like,
Did I get-
hi there. Hello.
Hello.
Everyone will hear this because Milo's just screaming, and it's just a wooden ship. There's no real like insulation.
Oh.
I've come to help with whatever I can on the ship.
Don't know how to tell you this, but ship's haunted.
Yes, weird shadowy people. Maybe shadows are
What?
about.
Ship's haunted.
Did you say the ship's haunted?
Yep, ship's haunted. Don't know why. I can't see it. But the more magically inclined people, I guess, are definitely making their rounds with it. I'm just keeping my eye down and trying to make sure I fix what I can. Apparently, and he's sort of just like,
Milo had
he'll-
done
Mhm.
detection, the like detect good and evil.
No, he had not actually, because he didn't have it prepared. He was just saying that he could
Oh.
cast it.
If we were to wait, okay, never mind then.
My apologies if I didn't explain it correctly.
Oh, Milo, not Evan. Yeah,
Yeah.
Milo does Milo have detect magic?
He does, but yeah, he does. You would have to cast it as a oh, and it's prepared. Oh, whoops.
Oh, cool.
Yippee!
He would, in that case, probably be looking around with a detect magic and seeing similar shit to you, to you, fucking goober, to similar things to Mick. And he says, I was like, ship's haunted.
Yep, ship's haunted.
Just you see, you climb on the ship and hear Milo say, "Yep, ship's haunted." Mick comes up, "Yep, ship's haunted," and then I think Evan would like scream from below, "Yeah, the ship's haunted."
Okay.
I think the most concerning thing is the lack of concern on their faces.
And Slink just has the like, what the heck? Like, look, like she is freaking out, and you guys are all so calm. They're all ghosts. What do we do?
I mean, actually, you know what? Here, Slink,
Yes.
could you come up here? I'm gonna look over the edge of the side of the deck, and I want you to point out to about where you were when you got bit of grabbed.
Oh, yes. She scurries up, and then she goes to the side of the boat where she popped up. And she's like, right down there. Sink show with fun, so you can swim very good.
Milo sort of just looks at you and is like, you gonna take a look?
I can.
Sleek looks at everyone, and then she just goes like, "I show," and she jumps right in like cannonball.
Oh my god.
Well, she's gonna go to the hole and just gonna like poke her finger in it. I don't know. She's not exactly sure how to show, but this is the only way she knows how to show. Is physically show.
Oh boy.
I know she's not smart.
Slink, as you go downstairs again and look through, you will see like.
Sorry, I'm gonna be right back.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Just there's concerning noises coming from outside my house right now, so I'll be right back.
Oh boy.
That's
Everybody,
Take your
let
time, be
us.
safe.
We can take 5 in that case. It's been about an hour and a half. It's 10:30. That seems like a good time as any.
Yeah.
Let's all just take 5 and we'll double back in a sec.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All this time, Izzy and her girlfriend have been just having a lovely time, having cute couple shit.
Yeah. It's just that meme of like Izzy coming back with pizza and everything's on fire.
Yep.
But in this case, it'll be Izzy meeting up with Zimnis on their way back to the ship. The three of you all catching up, like seeing the ship, seeing your workspaces, and then just like everything's on fire as everyone's shouting, "Ship's haunted!"
And then Izzy basically turns on the divine sense and just actually proves it for herself. It's like, why are there 73 ghosts here? Which I just realized I have not used divine sense this entire campaign.
You don't need to usually. It would have been helpful in the San Jose, not gonna lie. But
True.
like it would have just told you, hey, there's undead spirits everywhere, but there's a big one downstairs. And that's what it would have told you. And you could have probably prepared a little for that. I'm gonna go fill my water bottle. Be back.
Mm-hmm.
And now you know why I said the funny interaction between Izzy and River.
Mm.
I hate my neighbors so much.
Everything okay?
Yeah, they're just. It seems like they're having a screaming match directly outside my window.
That sucks.
And it's not a quiet one. Like, imagine being the type of person that's going to be outside at 10:30 at night, screaming at each other and calling each other obscenities.
Do you live in an apartment, right?
Unfortunately.
So, well, I was gonna say I was gonna file a noise complaint, but you can't really. That doesn't really do much. And all the police are gonna do is say be quiet, and that's not gonna do much. You can't. I don't know how your.
These
apartment's
bitches
like.
have already been. These bitches have already been fucking. It's not.
Reported.
It's not reported. They've gotten raided by the police. I don't know how they're still legal residents of this house. Genuinely.
Reported when they should have been aborted. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I made you laugh.
That might happen.
Be right back and grab.
I said aborted, not deported. I'm sorry.
I heard deported.
Same.
I am not one for deportation. I often find it to be a very cruel practice. Typically, it's a case by case basis though. Like you know how it be. But
Indeed.
is everyone back?
It's here.
Puppy. At my dog. Oh, pet that dog. Can I pet that dog?
Yeah, also apparently my voice is having a time lately.
Do you need to stop?
I don't know.
I can pivot to a different
No,
part
I
of the
just-
scene if you want.
No. It's just my voice has been wonky lately, and I can't tell if it's like a sinus thing. I mean, right now it feels like my throat's kind of raw, so I might make tea once we move to the next scene. Just dump more honey than necessary into it.
Yeah.
Or something. I'm not super sure yet. I'd
I have
hate
a
to
dog on my
call it
lap.
off now because we've only been playing for like an hour and a half.
And are you? Yeah, we usually play like till midnight.
Yeah.
No, we can.
I'm not doing pretty much anything tomorrow, so I can always just let my voice rest then. I'd rather play.
Okay. In the meantime, I have
Okay.
a dog on my lap.
So true.
You know, magic awareness kinda sucks. I don't know if 2024 buffed it or if it's still garbage.
I can check. On a case by case basis, I'll probably end up using some 2024 rules. But some of them just suck. Like,
Yeah. I think the
They
buff to
did
healing
Rangers
spells is
better.
very good.
no, yeah, that's fine. But I'm just thinking,
Maybe allergies? It could be allergies. It could be it could be the
I'm
the
back.
cold causing like super low humidity might be messing with my sinuses and my throat. Like that could be it.
Hmm.
It wouldn't shock me really because I generally have kind of a sensitive fucking sinus and throat area because of
Yeah.
sleep apnea.
I have a dog on my lap, Green.
I see.
Oh, you have your camera on. I didn't even notice.
OMG, doggo!
I have to eat a delicious date.
What?
I've eaten a delicious date.
You
Why
deleted
would you
the
eat your date?
It's a fruit. With a pit in it.
Well, that doesn't make it okay. That's cannibalism.
Right round, baby, right round. Hi, doggo.
But sadly,
You can't eat people just because they're.
I'm sorry.
You
but
don't
that's
eat your
why they-
date.
That's murder, Carl!
And what Yan is saying is vor. We don't condone vor on this channel.
I don't know. I'm a Jeff main by trade. Anyways. Slink, as you look through the wall, like dive down, is anyone else joining you, or are you guys just watching from above?
Mm.
This is a question to Storm and Martian.
I don't remember if
I-
can breathe.
Sorry, I was dealing with the voices. The voices! I was dealing with the voices outside. I didn't really hear what Slink was doing, admittedly.
Dove into the water to check out the supposed scratches that were on the other side of the ship.
This
That part
dumbass.
down.
Can either of you breathe underwater?
With a suit?
Fucking hell. Alright. I'm going. I'm gonna send up lights if anything happens. Oh! I'm gonna hop in after her.
How far down?
What's this?
Just underneath
There's room.
the ship. So maybe like a couple 10, 15 feet down. Maybe 20.
What's my con? I think I'll be fine.
It would just be like a bunch of saves to make your way down there, and you're probably fine. Oh
Sure, I'll
god, I
dive in.
forgot how mid your stats are.
Yeah. I'll dive in. I was gonna ask you guys if you still had the Cloak of the Manta Ray. Or if someone was using it.
Actually, I think it's not being used right now.
But I can't use it right now, so...
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a different day.
Different day.
Between all of you, you will sort of dive down and step into the water. And fuck you, Marsham. You've corrupted my mind.
What?
Epic the music will jump in the water.
Yes, get in the water.
Just in the water.
But as you all dive down,
Don't
This is
mistake my threats for a bluff.
you will dig through and you will find like little places where the other brothers seem to have where Slink seems to have left it. And as you look down there, I think you all will suddenly see scratching along the side of the ship. But give me investigation or perception. I will say for Storm, because you are don't actually have a means of breathing underwater, I will say do so at, well, you're already rolling disadvantage, so it cancels out anyway, but everyone else can roll flat. You would have normally gotten
I'm gonna
disadvantage
use
anyway.
my ability again.
I'm sorry,
I'm
can you tell me
sorry?
the skill one more time?
Perception or investigation.
Okay.
Why is it just automatically doing that?
What the fuck?
The hell?
Okay, I'm gonna refresh. 1 second.
Yeah, please
Yeah,
refresh.
do that. I'm looking
Yeah, I
at
think I think we
effects
all
on
refresh.
you,
Yeah.
Because
and it
like
doesn't
mine did it correctly, but
I wasn't
just
doing
for
that before. And I did perception.
Huh. Is it rolling everything at disadvantage? Is it a light thing? No. Because fucking Marsham's able to roll normal.
I'm gonna make a quick roll here. Just-
The only person who would have disadvantage would be River, but that's because of their exhaustion. There we go.
I don't know
All
why
right,
I was doing that, but it's
wild.
working out. It's
Well,
fixed. It's fine. We're good.
Technically, have made it a flat, but I don't think that would have really changed anything.
I'm just
Alright.
rolling this just so
Yippee.
I know my thing's
Oh,
good.
what of? Oh well.
All right. Okay.
didn't use my
Technical
ability.
difficulties. It's all good.
I refreshed, but I'm gonna keep the, because I wasn't having a problem, but I refreshed anyways just in case, and I got the dirty 20 up there.
Got it. So we have a
Mhm.
12 and a 20 and a 5. Oh boy.
Again, I could have had it at a flat, but I said I wasn't going to use my ability, so I'm going to
You're
stick
good.
to it.
No, you're absolutely fine. You look
I
at it,
see.
and you do notice the scratching. That much is obvious. Like, and you like kind of, I think, dive in a little bit wrong at that point with like a natural 5. You notice the scratching, but that's all you need to do before you like got water in your nose in a really gross way and have to just like swim up to cough and hack it all out. But Slink and Mick, Slink, you noticed the thing below, and you see that the scratches are there, and it's like grouped in such a way that it looks like hands. Like humanoid hands scratching. It's not from a reef, it's not from a brush against some coral or natural predator. It's 5 thin lines that cut through the algae forming at the bottom of this ship. Just in different places. Chloe, with your dirty 20, you'll start to see, like, you'll also notice the scratches. You'll see that there is signs of, like, wear on the ship that doesn't super make sense because no one was ever thrown overboard struggling to get up. That's never happened, thankfully. And I think you would be the first in this case to peer through the little hole in the ship where there's
I
a
do
small
still
leak.
have. At least I should still have detect magic up.
Mhm. As you do dive, you would continue to feel like even just it's very bizarre. Even just outside of the ship, that aura of like, hey, of like the ghostly lights still seem to be like surrounding the very the ship up to like just outside of it. But
Fucking ship's haunted.
but it doesn't extend too far. Like it doesn't extend like maybe a good 30 feet away. It's not present. And as you
So there's an
peer-
aura coming from the ship, but it dies off at about 30 feet away.
Yes.
Still not good. Rather bad, actually.
And you peer through the little the little hole where the goober has said that it would be, and you sort of like catch eyes with with Evan through it, but with a dirty 20 perception, you will see the shadows that Slink saw, sort of wandering to and fro, seemingly avoiding like interacting directly with Evan. You don't know if that would extend to any other living members of the crew, but that's the only thing you can immediately tell right off the bat. You will see a ghost sort of leaning over, trying to pick up the broom that fell over. You will see different spirits crowding the different tools that are on the table nearby on this deck, trying to grab something. And it seems like a good number of people down here, like almost too many for the ship to carry.
Fucking hell.
But as far as you can tell, you can give me an insight check.
Sure. It's not my best stat with a whopping +0.
And that's natural 20.
Oh! All right.
Holy shit.
Wow, I'm actually getting good rolls tonight. Fuck, why'd I say that?
Let's
Why'd I say that? Why did I say that
fucking
out
go.
loud? Why did I say that out
next.
loud?
Next one's gonna be a nat 1 then.
This is fine.
You look out. You can tell what
That
these
roll
are.
was higher than a bard's ego. Hey, fuck off. I am a bard.
Yeah, I thought that was ironic.
Mm-hmm.
Not wrong, though.
Listen, just because it's right doesn't mean it has to say it so loudly, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You look through the little peephole there. And you can tell what they are. They're sailors. A lot of them. People who want to fix the ship. People who want to maintain it. And you think, but they're not any of the skeletons that you saw in the San Jose. They're dressed in sort of, it's like 1920. They're still dressed in clothes that would originate from like the 1900s, 1890s type. Still very relatively recent. Compared to the skeletons that were all dressed in decayed clothes. Forgive me.
I'm just describing these extra details to Slink as I see them.
Oh,
They don't seem hostile. If anything, they seem like they want to help. It's honestly a shame that they can't, because they would make Milo and Evan's job a lot easier.
It looks
hey,
like
thanks for
they're...
help.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to help. The stuff that we found that had been moved, it was all like repairing and cleaning equipment, right? It was like a broom, hammers, pieces of repair equipment. But why though? Am I assume I don't recognize any of these people.
No.
They're too like faded out. Yeah, I didn't think so.
Like, even through like this weird workaround through like sea invisibility, you are looking at shadows, not at people.
Yeah, I'm basically looking at silhouettes right now. And
Yes.
hazy ones at that. Yeah, best I can tell is they're sailors, probably repairmen and a crew of some kind. Like, they seem like they want to help but can't. At least that's what I'm gathering here. Kind of hard to tell exact motives, exact numbers, or nothing this angle. I mean, I don't got much of a good view either, so I'm limited in view and all that. Shit, I feel like I should call the captain. Let's get up. Let's get up. Talk to the other three, I guess.
I think at this point, while you two are like finally surfacing once more, it's about like like early afternoon at this point, no longer morning, and Xemnas would have arrived at this point because I believe that's where you were headed next. Yes, Nian?
Yeah, yes, I had to drop off the last two things to the Bunny Brothers. So I would, instead of being
Perfect.
put over here, I would be over on the. Well, which side? Which side would I be? Would the dock be? Would they be? Would the ramp be from on the left or the right side?
They
on the right.
probably here. But
Alrighty. So.
yeah.
Alright. So we'll go ahead
you would have
and do
maybe
that.
like seen. But I do want to say that you were like here standabouts.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
saw like about to make the turn to go to your right and like head up as you see River surface coughing, and soon you see Slink and Mick peek up from the water as well, and you see
Yeah.
the other two Bunny Brothers sort of leaning over at the ship, looking not at you but at like the bottom of the ship, trying to like Evan's still half in like this diving outfit and had the like helmet and the heavier bits removed, but he still has that like
Yeah,
clunky
yeah.
leathery stuff on him.
Okay,
Can I
so-
get a hand up, please?
Yes, yes. What in the world are all of you doing down there?
Dumbasses. That's your familiar.
Shadows.
I heard none of what Jess just said. What did you say?
Slink found shadows.
Oh, you
Ship's
too.
haunted.
You saw it too. Fantastic. I'm glad I'm not going mad. Come here.
I know.
Saw
I
it.
freaked out about this.
Saw it too? What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. He's just gonna misty step right up in front of him.
God damn it. The fucking style. The casual disrespect.
just fucking why not? He goes, first of all, here you are, as he just hands what appears to be initially a
Sorry. I hate to interrupt, but I can. Do you guys remember a show called Adam Ruins Everything? Where,
Yes!
Like
Yes!
throughout the entire
Yes.
show, Adam is just like this trickster god that's a whole purpose is educating people.
Just
And, like,
shows up in the most random places.
Shows up in the most random places at the most random times, and like has his TV production studio, and it's like really meta, but like people who are within, some people know that they're within a TV production, other people do not, and presumably like there are times when Adam is just a normal person, but when he gains the like TV studio back behind him, he can start educating and becomes this trickster god. And that's like, I'm just kind of picturing like, I'm glad you asked. So here, just teleports behind everyone.
That's just funny.
yeah. So
If you haven't seen
Oh
it,
my god.
you
Yeah.
should.
at this point, yeah, and at this point, you still sort of see that illusion image of Xemnas from just outside the boat while he misty stepped onto the boat. So there's just that clone for us for a moment, but he does come.
Funny thing, your familiar also follows you when you misty step.
Oh,
That is something
Does he
you
have
should
his
be
own
aware of.
clone, or no? That shit's something I should ask. Does he have his own clone too, or what?
Oh, or what do you mean? Sorry, I stopped you.
So with Misty Step, with the Conjuration Sigil, you said that Misty Step granted Xemnas a clone that for a moment is visible up until someone either passes like some sort of either perception or investigation check, or hits them and it just automatically disappears. Does that extend out to my
No,
familiar? Or is that
only
just,
only your familiar will teleport with you if they're within 5 feet.
Okay, cool. All right, so that said, he goes, first and foremost, at first he just kind of hands, he kind of shows Milo this hilt what appears to be just a hilt of a sword, as what the Sunblade is, and then he sort of flashes it, and it just radiant blade flashes it back. Here you are.
You're like, oh,
But yeah.
thanks, I guess. But hold up. What do you mean you finally know? Like, you know this? You saw this? You didn't tell us?
He goes, well, I've been going under investigations of my own about it, but I didn't want to go at it half-cocked. You understand that if I go at this without some sort of evidence, I'm just going to look insane, right? That's more or less what happened. But gladly, there's more witnesses, and there's no longer... long story short, I wanted to make sure that I didn't come off loony. Hands goes over to Evan. Here you are, good sir. Hands him the Lightbringer mace.
I was like, oh, all right. Thank you.
Yes.
I'll keep this.
Now, as far as probably if some of you have noticed, yes, these apparitions are harmless. Well, they mean no harm to us, at least.
Just a reminder.
Mhm.
Wet owl.
Yes.
Took a dive in the water.
Yeah. So he
Ships
goes,
fucking haunted.
yes, yes, I'm well aware. Actually, I've been aware since the night before. Yes, that's the one.
Oh, you saw them?
I was half asleep, but so it was a little blurry. But yes, and they spoke.
Can I do Arcana check?
Sure.
By all means.
What kind of information are
I'm
you
just
looking
gonna.
for, though?
Like, if I would know if, I haven't seen them, but, like, if I would know if ghosts are severely known to talk?
Like the nature
I'm
of
also
ghosts?
just.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. And what were you doing?
I'm just gonna start like pretty much word for word explaining what I saw or explain what I said to Slink as I was seeing everything in the area downstairs. I'm just gonna kind of verbatim say what I did to Slink, explaining what I had seen.
Yes, they're all former crew members.
I'm sorry, what?
Shit.
Former member this, former member other ship.
It's
But
I
briefly?
am not. He goes. It's not my story to tell, and I'm not at liberty to speak in depth about it. But what I can say is what I just said. They are harmless. Matter of fact, they wish to help. And they are capable of speaking. If they choose to speak to you, by all means, don't be alarmed.
No, please.
I want help, I can't help.
Of course I won't be alarmed getting woken up by some ethereal being at the foot of my bed.
Would River be able to put two and two together? With what?
Yeah, I think
with this
River,
number?
you would immediately be able to tell.
So at this point, he goes. Now, some of you are wondering, why is it that some of that? Now you saw just shadows, yes, Master Mick?
Sorry, I think Jess was trying to say something too.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Slink.
I didn't say anything.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I swear I
Slink is
heard
just
someone
very
start
confused.
talking.
No,
Yeah.
it was. Blame your neighbors.
Yeah,
Cool.
probably, maybe. Because, so I'm not going to bore you with a whole lesson here, so no need to worry about that, but this is more or less, when it comes to apparitions, this is as close as, well, not the closest, but this is, there is a thin veil between the material plane and ethereal. When it comes to plane of travel, that is probably the least difficult, not the easiest, but the least difficult to travel from and to. Which is why you only saw the shadows. You pretty much were seeing the veil between yourself and the apparition from the material plane. Now, let's see if I can shed a little light on the situation as he kind of makes his way downwards.
I think everyone would
I'm
follow
gonna-
you at this point.
Oh yeah, I'll follow too. I believe I still have detect magic up at this point.
It would probably be running out, but it would still be up for
It's
a
probably
little
on the
bit.
tail end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, actually, how long does it last?
10 minutes.
Detect magic. 10
Actually,
minutes.
no, it would have 100% ended by now, I think.
Yeah.
For 10 minutes, really?
Conversation, going up and down the stairs a couple times. You went swimming, went searching for the
yeah.
markings,
Yeah,
Alright,
that's
well-
fair.
climbed up the ship again. I think it would have count. You can absolutely like prepare it again as a ritual.
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
that's-
I'm gonna start ritual casting it as we're having the conversation. So I'm not gonna waste another spell for it.
Just so I can see what's going on, I'm gonna use my magical awareness.
There's lanterns around here, right? So Xemnas is just going to touch one with a light cantrip. That way there's light actually coming up here. First and foremost.
That was really loud,
second-
Martian. Please
Yeah,
don't do
sorry.
that again.
All
I
right,
know
cool.
what you were going for.
Now, he goes, now, let's see. Even though the ethereal plane is the least difficult to sort of unveil, if you will, that doesn't mean doesn't mean that it's actually easy. So, let's see if I can actually pull this off. He takes his conjuration hand, and all he wants to do is try to create a window, more or less, to give them a better sight of these ghosts.
So you're asking for a lot. And you're
Yes.
Yeah.
asking for the creation of a magical plane of glass that would let you see into the ethereal plane. I need a 100
Wow.
on
okay.
a D100.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying it would be very difficult for you to do this.
This is why I said that it's the least difficult, but that doesn't mean it's easy.
No.
He's already aware of how this works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
No. You start to try and like create a mirror. You create like a. I don't think that you're quite able to create a like mirror into the like ethereal plane so that you could see through and just directly interact with the spirits in there. But you're able to sort of conjure in a small like hand mirror in your hand, and
All right.
however it appears like it was very cracked.
All right. That's still enough to sort of make a point to what he's trying to tell you.
Mhm.
As he kind of holds it up, kind of as you see, as more than likely at this point you would sort of have a better visual on these ghosts. As he's holding it up, it's distorted, but it's obviously there. As he goes, damn it, it's still out of my jurisdiction, just barely. But those who can peer behind this, you can sort of see it. Like, I'm still trying to get the hang of this. I apologize, everybody, but as you can see,
I mean, if
that's
you
how
give me
the-
another 8 minutes and 36 seconds, I can see him too.
He goes, but if those who peer through, you can sort of see how thin that veil really is. And one more thing. They may or may not be more active at night. That's at least the one that spoke to me during the time. Any other questions? As he sort of like awkwardly puts the mirror away, knowing that he kind of it didn't work as well as he thought it would.
Evan kind of raises his hand and says, I can try an exorcism if you want.
Oh, no, he goes, these are spirits. Sorry, go ahead.
Evan will sort of continue saying, I'm not an expert in abjurative magic, but I can do some basic things as a follower. And he'll just sort of like hold his like amulet in his hand.
He goes, I don't think that is as odd as it may seem, coming from at least three of us coming from a ship riddled with some of the most malicious necromancy possible. What you're looking at now is the exact opposite. An exorcism wouldn't entirely be necessary. These sailors...
Not every ghost wants to kill everything. Some of them
No.
just have a purpose in their previous life that went unfinished.
They are here. They
have
are
a
here for a reason.
slight chance that I might... You said they're allies, right?
Yes.
I
Probably.
might have a slight chance at being able to help us see them. But would I be able to use my rage to try and aim for one of them specifically?
Are you an ancestral guardian?
I need you to describe to me what it is you are trying to do.
I am trying to, on my wild magic table, number 6. Until your rage ends, you are surrounded by multicolored protective lights. You gain +1 to your AC. And while within 10 feet of you, your allies gain the same bonus. So my theory is, if I could roll that one, I might be able to have them glow with the lights.
That could work, but it'd be a shot in the dark. If you are willing to consider them allies.
I'm working with these guys through the captain, so I would... And I directly asked, so I would probably say yes. But I don't control the wild magic, so I'd have to roll it on the table.
You could do it.
You can
Okay.
certainly try.
Alright, roll me a
you'll-
d8 or roll on the table.
So for his rage, you'll see him literally floof up.
Alright.
That's so silly. I love it.
I love it.
Love that.
I love that so much. That's
I
so
also,
cute.
you can right click the wild magic table to roll it.
Oh, I'm so mad. This
Please roll
the
6.
one time I don't have fairy fire.
Unfortunate.
Which one did I roll?
2.
You rolled a 2.
Okay, so... I can teleport around the ship now.
Funny, but
that's
unhelpful.
awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You can teleport.
So I'm just gonna
Give
say...
me a perception check.
Hold on, let me check something.
Perception.
I'm seeing if I am... Can I use my recall ability again? To
Yes.
give myself advantage for a flat roll?
Yes.
There
Oh,
you
boy.
go.
Damn!
That's what's up.
So here's where we have a little bit of fun with the concept of teleportation and movement within the ethereal plane. Because true teleportation via a spell does mean that you like within what teleportation for a mage would look like would be like true teleportation. Like you are here and then suddenly you materialize there, and there is never a like it is instantaneous, it is fast. What I think you would probably be going through, because your magic is kind of wild, you are brute forcing it, and in that instance, blink and you'll miss it. Your magic forcibly pulls you into the ethereal and very rapidly drags you over to a different location that you can see within the ship. But if you hold your eyes open, you can very, very faintly make out like the blackened silhouettes. But it's like, again, you are moving so fast that you can't quite make out faces or names, but you can see them. You
Okay.
very
finish.
briefly.
Okay, so that's not what I was trying to do, but I did see them at least.
Good. Now, one thing, all of you. This is very crucial that I tell you this. As much as you want to inform people, keep this to yourselves. This is a touchy subject. He's going to say, this is a very touchy subject for the captain and for the first mate. I cannot stress to you how sensitive this is. You can more or less guess why.
I think I have an exact knowledge why.
Great.
Would
Should we
I-
not try help?
I feel like
Mick, I would say you might know, you might not. Give me, like, this is one of the things that are so personal that it's very rare that it ever comes out. So give
Right.
me a...
No, I feel like it would be something that Mick might have gathered over time, because, like I said, Mick is he's good with people, and he's reckless, but he is intelligent. Like he's able to connect the dots. It might take him a while.
I would like you to give me this will be a two-step thing. First of all, I would like a persuasion check to see if you would have at any point within your life been able to pry this information out of them.
Ooh!
God
That is a
damn.
24.
The DC is incredibly low now, and I would like you to just make an insight check to sort of piece the two things together. With a 24, the DC
Wow.
is not high.
Well, that's not saying much with my whopping +0. Never mind.
Don't fucking matter.
Okay.
Zimnis looks at you saying you probably already gathered, and you, having known the captain a little bit, you're trying to remember. And I think you remember a night before when the tavern that you were performing at was a little empty and the captain was still just a simple acquaintance. There wasn't really much point in performing. You were never going to get many tips from such a small crowd. So you'd find yourself sitting at the bar with him, just enjoying conversation. Not the first time it's happened. It wouldn't be the last either. But
This potentially being
conversation comes up.
during the beginning of their friendship, probably
Yeah.
not super long after the
At
actual
this-
event.
Yeah. At this point, the two of you are mildly intoxicated. Maybe. Actually, no. No, you're not. No, you're not. Nix that. You're not intoxicated. The captain is, but you're not. But not that much, just like a little tipsy. And he's just quietly sitting down and listening to you ramble on. I think I'm gonna pull the captain's token just to have you all to act out this scene very quickly here. Through the jovial conversation and you enjoying whatever drinks you would, water, fruit juices, etc., him just rum.
Pirates.
He will just interrupt a little bit of what you're saying and say, I'm tired.
No kidding.
No.
You look like you're about 3 steps out from death's door.
No. It's... It's the kind of thing that should make me happy, but... I'm tired. I got a new ship. Or at least... I'm working to pay off a new ship. That's actually an old ship. Fucking thing still primarily operates with sails. No steam engine on this thing.
Mostly just letting him talk.
I think even with your insight in the past, I'm not going to make you roll. I'm just going to tell you what you would have rolled because this happened in the past. Let's not leave it up to chance. You would have, at that point, rolled an insight check in the past and rolled enough to see... He's absolutely right. A captain getting a new ship, that should be a great thing. But he looks... The look on his face is one of fear, trepidation, apprehension.
You know, I feel like I should be giving congratulations, but the look on your face tells me otherwise.
Well, it's not my first ship. It was, an accident at sea. It just left a bad taste in my mouth. And I need a new ship.
An accident? Like hit a bad patch of sea or something?
Something like that. And he'll take another swig of his drink here. A lot of people got hurt. But that's the past. Onward and outward, as I say.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean the past don't suck.
No, you're right.
You can say shit happens. and try to move on with it. But the fact is that the shit happened.
Yes. And I just can't find it within me to forget that. I'll be all right. This first voyage isn't a very long one, so I'll be back within a few weeks. Be sure
I'll
not to get
probably
into
be here.
too much trouble, all right?
Hey, listen. I can't make any promises. If I'm not here, chances are I either moved on or I'm may or may not be behind bars for a couple days, but it'll be fine.
Barkeep, I'll take my tab now. And he'll set down a small pouch of coins, and the rest of the evening will be the two of you moving, still chatting about less serious topics. And he'll eventually go out on his way to the inn he's staying at to get some rest before they head out on their first voyage upon the ship, the Remembrance. An accident at sea. People got hurt. The reason why this is so
shit.
familiar, because it's probably a very similar story to one you know.
Yep. So, with that, Xemnas is going to go. Sorry.
I am going to move for a second from here. Forgive me. That's just a good place to like leave this scene and jump over to another one.
So true.
And jump over to one green goblin and her tall girlfriend.
Yes.
Alrighty.
And I get to completely change the vibe of the ambience
Of course.
to not be so like tense and anxious. Where the fuck is the song that I need? Oh, where the fuck could it be? Just normal, quiet, daytime music. You all would have probably had a very enjoyable evening. A fun date that took you through different locations. Here, there, and everywhere. You would have had good food, ate good snacks. And it is about like mid-afternoon-ish. As you sort of like are seated at like sort of at this bench looking out at the ship. You're just far away enough where you don't hear people yelling and talking and on it, but you can sort of see people working and diving down, going to and fro. Like again, just far away enough so that it's not like arousing any suspicion from you. But you are looking, taking in the view, because it is a pretty view of the ship in the dock with your girlfriend.
Well, just sitting on this bench, just next to her, Izzy decides to strike up a little conversation. So, what do you think of the ship?
Huh.
I know you never really got to saw it before I left, so I thought I would ask.
It's, a little bit small, if I had to say. Old, too. I mean, for now. Now's time, like, big sales. It's kind of an antique at this point.
I would say so, but I'm not the one who is in the leadership role of the thing, so you gotta take that up to the captain.
Well, maybe I will. I think that it's important that you travel safely in the seas. Although I'm sure you're doing just fine on your own. And she'll give you a little pat on the head.
Izzy kind of blushes from the low head pat. You know, it's kind of nice just to finally relax for a little bit after so long, you know?
Yeah, I have a couple days to relax as well. While the stage itself is being repaired, I don't even have to manage the stage production. Because there's no production to be had while the building is being repaired. I shouldn't be laughing. I mean, it's convenient that we can hang out, but
Yeah,
I feel
it is.
bad.
Honestly, same, because simply put, a lot of it got ruined. Shit sucks, you know?
Yeah.
But, hey, you know, if given everything so far, sometimes being able to relax like this is helpful, you know?
Yeah.
Some people just want to go, but it's just, sometimes you just need to recenter yourself.
She'll nod. She will look at you and give me an insight check if you would kindly.
Okay then, let me get my character sheet up. Insight check. Normal roll. Let's see. That's 11.
That is a... Oh god. Holy shit. I apologize. She will look at you. And she has a little bit of a, nervous look in her eyes as... Oh,
Who dropped?
Zim. I'll ping them, but I'll still keep going because the scene doesn't directly involve them.
I also don't want to rush anything, but if it hits midnight, I am gonna have to go. I'm like dead on my seat right now.
Yes, that's where I'm. That's why I'm trying to run this a little, not push this too much. But she will say like, there is something I wanted to give you, but
Oh?
a little bit.
Whatever. Whatever you want to give me, I will happily accept it. No questions asked. I care for you, Thea. You know that.
I know, I was hoping to give this to you when you maybe got back from your trip. But I'm looking at you and I'm seeing a kind, noble person. Someone who's been there for me, who doesn't care what I am. And it means a lot.
I mean, I do care who you are.
You
I
know
love
what
and
I mean,
fruit-
though.
I know. I know.
So,
It-
because of that, you will see something that you never see on her ever. Like, and that is like a timidness, a stage fright of sorts, a hesitation and fear, but excitement all at once.
Is he?
But I don't
Uh,
quite think that you would have been ready. She will take out a very small box. And open it, revealing a small golden band with a beautiful blue gemstone in the middle. I love you a lot. And I want to see you happy and healthy through good and bad. And typically there'd be a cleric or priest to do this, but do a full ceremony, but Izzy, I don't want to be with anyone other than you. Would you marry me?
Okay. Okay, Aeneas, I need a genuine minute here. Okay. As Izzy sees this entire thing that Thea is doing right now, proposing to her, just everything that just kind of went happen is like her face is blushing reddish pinkish right now. Like her whole entire face is kind of blushing. And well, Izzy just kind of lost for words. She doesn't know what to really say. It's like, and ultimately just kind of tries to breathe a little bit, tries to calm herself down. It's like, uh, I was not really expecting this, Thea. I honestly wasn't. I thought I'll be the one to really ask you the question.
Well, I mean, I had this for a while, and it's kind of been. I'm sorry.
Don't
I
as he grabs her hands with the ring, with the box and the ring, is like, don't be. I love this. I love you. I accept. Okay.
and I think between the two of you, you hold hands, pull each other close, and just feel comforted in each other's company. The ring that you are given, it is a ring of protection. You gain a +1 bonus to your armor class and all saving throws while wearing the ring.
This is an attunement item.
I will say for the purposes of, it being a wedding band, it will not require attunement. But it can...
Oh.
It does not consume an attunement slot, but it can only gain its benefits if worn by you.
You know what? Makes sense. Honestly, works for her and works for me.
You will see that the gemstone that's in there is one of the diamonds that you would have seen in the San Jose. It is a brilliant glowing pale blue diamond, and it carries with it an arcane energy. And as you look at the band, you will see that it is primarily made out of gold, but interlaced within it there is a filigree and engravings within it that seem to be made out of platinum. This is this band itself was probably worth tens of thousands of gold coin, GP, gold, ahead even before the enchantment. It was an incredibly extravagant engagement ring.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of expecting if whoever did quaff the question, it would be fucking expensive.
Yes. Between the two of you, none of it would make sense for that to be the case. But it will say that you are at 4. I will say for the purposes of the item, it carries its own attunement, so you are attuned to it, but it also increases the maximum number of attunement slots you have, so you're at 4 out of 4 instead of 3 out of 3.
Yay!
But she'll sort of continue. The ring, within it, the protection, it's special. I mean, the ring will protect you, but the gemstone within, it's attuned to the one I have. and she will pull out another box that has her ring in it as well. And it will effectively work as a sending stone too, in case
Oh,
Oh.
goodness.
anything.
You did really think of everything, hey? Hey, Thea?
I've had a lot of experiences thinking about what I would want in a relationship. And for such a long time, I've been thinking of a moment like this, and I don't know. If something happened to you and I didn't know,
As he begins to comfort her, well, her fiance, and just say, it's okay. It's okay. I'm here now. And
Okay.
honestly, you're safe. We're safe right now. Okay.
she'll give you a little teary-eyed nod. Okay.
I'll be okay. That's for certain.
Better be.
True. Although, you know, my. Oh, this is gonna be a hard one. So, I don't know how to bring this up like that. To Tea of Atlantis, we may have found a map to that place. I just wanted to confirm if that existed.
Oh! And you're going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, the only reason why I am going is because, simply put, we kind of need a bit of a bargaining chip with my boss because of a certain item on board the ship. But literally, I am scared to have to death with it being on our ship. But hey, no.
Well, Atlantis is an interesting place. I've been disallowed from returning there, so I don't know how that will go for you.
So never bring your name up, Jason. There. Got it.
Unless you want the royal family to be very upset with you.
What type of fucking mischief did you do there, sweetie?
I
mean, I'm not judging.
left.
Huh. I'm getting to engage with royalty. Never thought that would be a thing. Hey, I'm technically royalty myself, but so I don't think they'll mind.
There's a reason I haven't. Oh boy. So you know how my interpersonal relationships before I met you were not great. That came
Yes,
from
we have.
somewhere. And it wasn't my ex. Please be safe.
Wait, Explain better, please. Izzy has a little visible look of fear on her face.
So does she. Atlantis houses the largest gate into the plane of water within the material plane. Because of that, it is sort of a place of import, and it sort of half exists in the plane of water and half exists within the material. There's a reason why I'm living here, and that would be my parents.
Ah.
The material plane side is mostly abandoned, but caution.
So
I can't say more. And when I say that, I mean I literally cannot say more, even if I wanted to.
Oh shit, yeah. Oh, it's one of those
Yeah.
situations. Oh my god, I'm sorry to have to deal with that.
Sort of secrecy thing.
Yeah, I get that, sweetie. That shit always sucks to have to deal with. As Izzy puts her arm around her fiance, just kind of puts her head on her shoulder. Like,
Well, I hate to be that girl, but I need to check on the theater at least a little bit. And I'm sure you have other things you need to do too.
of
But
course, sweetie. Before you go, I do have one last question.
Mhm.
Where you want the wedding to be had? Where you want the ceremony at?
the beach where we met.
Same.
The-
Honestly, I was gonna say the same thing.
I'm sure I could get some fluorescent phytoplankton and make it seem like there are more stars in the sea than the sky. But
I wouldn't have any
For
other
later.
way, sweetie.
for
Of
later.
course. But I'd had to at least ask. Anyway, as he gets off the chair and it's like, want a hand? As she pulls out a hand for her.
Charmer. She'll take hold of it, get up, give you a kiss on the cheek, and begin to make her way to the theater as you make your way towards the ship.
Mhm.
And all the while, all of that undead chaos is happening.
Mhm.
You are now engaged. And that's where we're going to end this session.
Yippee!
I'm so sorry for forgetting that I had a fucking final. Holy shit. I'm so glad I
Fine.
didn't. Oh, I started it when I did because we are at time and it is a good time.
Mhm.
Almost 3 hours.
Mhm.
Can I make a request note for next week, and I'll probably remind you.
Please do
when
both
next
of these
week comes.
things.
Yes.
Mhm.
One, after giving this reminder to everybody, I wanted to take the journal and present said journal to Evan here, since he has seen many, more than likely, many kinds of wounds, diseases, infections, and what have you. If he was familiar with the one that was brought to Zimnis's attention, that the San Jose crew was afflicted.
Mhm.
That's just the one thing, and then after that, he'll probably spend the rest of the day in the School of Magic, doing some miscellaneous shit.
Got it.
Before you go to the School of Magic, I would like to have a conversation with you, with Zimnis and Izzy together. Just
All right. Well, we'll see how that we'll see how that turns out. Sure.
yes.
I'm just here vibing.
Mhm.
No, it's been very fun. Forgive me for like so much like the previous arc of the campaigns, the previous couple arcs of the campaign have been so combat heavy that I kind of like need to take a couple steps back to like to like build character with you guys, because holy shit, you guys are playing such interesting little creatures, and I want to put you in weird positions where you're like finding out different information about the ship, the crew, each other, your situation. And yeah, I hope that's fun. There is virtually nobody to raid out to, but I'm probably still going to stream after this because I am addicted to video games. So I'm going to end the
Dick.
stream and get some food and then probably eat, probably game, and get and
Yippee.
become intoxicated. And if anyone wishes to join me in that, truly, if you see me in any public stream in like this VC that's like the public streaming VC, pop in, because that's like my hey please bother me room. Anyways, I'm done. I'm out of shit to say right now. That's all the shit that I wanted to do.
Hey, and we do technically have a cleric on board.
Yeah,